It's so manly. I have to talk about what I like about you. Oh, probably his dancing. I do love Josh's dancing. Some people know about that, but it's pretty sexy.
You know, my hairiness just, she can't stand it. So. Like, this is, I'm serious, like people, like we are real people that, man, but it's amazing to see how God has just orchestrated every bit of our marriage and our kids.
I try to remind myself of my goals for my kids, and that's for them to love God, and I want them to still love each other like brothers and sisters. And then I want them to want to come home. So once they've moved out of the house and have their own families, I still want them to have a desire to be with us. So I was raised on a dairy farm. I did 4-H for a decade. The life lessons I learned, I wouldn't trade for the world. I think hard work and caring for another living being is imperative to teach children and kids, because it can be negative 20 out with the wind chill and 6 inches of snow, but they still need fed and watered. And so I love animals. My major was in zoology. I obviously love kids, so why not put them together? So we have our little homestead, and everyone has something to do. I pray that it teaches them some of the fundamentals of life that I got taught. You have to feed an animal. You can't let it starve, and you have to give it the right things it needs to thrive. I've had a dream of running an educational farm that people can come visit and learn just a little bit about what a cow is, and that they have personalities, and that goats are hilarious, and that my kids are highly involved in. That if someone came to tour it, they could take you through everything and tell you everything. And they tell you all the animals' names, and they can give them treats and all that, so we're getting there.
I came to the realization that while I'm chasing what God has put on my heart, while we're doing our office thing and the ministry stuff and the worship stuff that we do, and that's what God has called me to do, that I need to be aware and I need to be cognizant of what God has called my wife to do. And so people ask us sometimes, like, man, you guys got all these kids in the office and your ministry stuff and you're doing all these things. How do you have time for all these animals? Like, well, are you crazy? I mean, the short answer would be, yeah, logic would say, yeah, that's crazy. We're gonna have time for that. But this was really important to make sure that while I'm chasing my dreams, if you would, or doing the things that God has called me to do, that I also make room for my wife to be able to do the things that God has called her to do as well. So while she says she gets joy out of all the and talking me into all the animal buys and things, I actually get a lot of joy out of it too, because I know that it brings her joy in return. And while it does get crazy sometimes, making sure that that's all going well and working well, I think the investment and the outcomes and the return on those investments are priceless, really, in so many ways. And I'm excited to see how that continues to continue to manifest and turn out in the long run.